Well, taking a break from the other one, breaking my own rules. I usually think that should work on one painting at a time, but honestly, I have this one sitting, and I'm going to add a few colors on here that are going to be slower drying than the colors that I need to finish the other painting. So I'm not feeling too bad about it. But this tree was floating amongst this foliage here. So I took some raw umber and a bit of uh, linseed oil and introduced a few more lines down here to just give it more of a solid feel. Now I'm going to uh, clean up around these lines and probably add a little higher value right in this area to bring this forward and push that trunk back and make it feel more rooted in position. So let's just lay a stroke or two in here. I think I've more or less have the color I'm after. Yes? Yeah, I think that's okay. I'm just putting a little bit of ultramarine blue and raw umber in here. Okay, that's it. Now, I could go around tidying all kinds of things, and I think that would be pointless because I don't want to destroy the degree of looseness that the painting has. Alright, so it's going to be a bit of a color mixing video here because I'm only putting on a few strokes of a bunch of different colors. Okay, a little yellow ochre, a little bit of burnt sienna. This is darker than what I have there, but okay. Yeah, I'll add a little bit of white to it. Just making it a little bit cleaner. I don't know that I want these high values brought down this low. That's why I'm doing this. I think I dumped it down too much. I dumped it down, so let's dumb it up again. You know, you just play until you think you're sort of where you want to be with things. This is kind of chalky, this brush stroke. See if I can give it a little more life. Just slight variety. Just a hint of variety in there. Okay, that's good. Let's get rid of this little intense bit too. Okay, so that's not in the foreground and it's not off in the distance. It's sort of mid-range somewhere. Little bits and pieces, but it doesn't need a lot of work, so I thought, we'll just play with this right now. It's another day of very bad internet service, so I don't know how this is all going to go. Okay, let's add a little bit of ultramarine blue to that concoction. And a little more white, a little more yellow ochre. Get a warm green going here. Warm-ish green. I don't want it hot, I just want it warm. That's too high a value. Now to give the appearance of this bit of foliage sitting in front of the trunk. Help the trunk to feel more anchored. Poor trunk. It doesn't feel like it's got a home right now. So we'll just work on that. Just a few reasonably well placed strokes. Okay. I think that's it for those. Let's go back to my raw umber. And boy, mixing such small amounts is kind of difficult to avoid overdoing it. Okay, let's leave that for the moment. And that might even be fine. I know that these are fairly smudgy strokes. It's okay, I don't want to draw too much attention there. I don't want to compete against this, because I kind of like how strong this magenta is sitting in there. Alright, we'll wipe our little bit of color here again off the palette, our mixing pile. Keeping things very clean now. This is the step 6, as I often refer to it. The last few strokes. And when I do that, boy, do I ever want things to be clean. Okay, titanium white. Just the smallest hint of cad yellow pale. See that intensification? Not a lot. And that's all. Now to that, I'm going to add a little bit of Cad Orange Deep. Again, not too many strokes here. Let's not get too carried away. I can afford a few more, I think. Okay, a little more Cad Orange Deep. Just straight Cad Orange Deep and a bit of white now. Just bringing on the sparkle here a little bit. Okay, I know these spots look pure white, and there probably is a little bit of just pure white in there. I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, that's all right. Now how about some yellow ochre? Bit of a high value, but not a high chroma. A little more yellow ochre. Don't want to go too high in value here. We're just putting lipstick on a pig. Noel, maybe not quite. I don't consider this painting to be a pig. I'm pretty happy with the way it's turned out, actually. You know, a little decorative piece. That's really what it is. Making things a bit crisper, a bit brighter. Okay, in general, it's becoming a little more luminous. I don't know that I really want to do a whole lot more to it. Some of the smaller lines that I've laid in here have been thinned off, and they will become a little more transparent as the paint dries. And I have to bear that in mind. Let's have a little look from a distance here. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to raise the value on these a little bit. But I'm not going to use the magenta. I'm going to go with alizarin crimson, yellow ochre. It's fairly warm stuff. That's pretty warm stuff. It's a little too warm. It's hot. Don't want hot. We want warm. Boy, should I go down here even? Maybe I should back the camera out a little bit so it's all in frame. Yep, that's an improvement, I would say. Just a mild one. But now is not the time to make major changes, because I think what we have is in pretty good shape. We don't want to get cocky now. We don't want premature celebration. That's a bit strong. When I do things like that, I often just wipe it on the bottom cuff of my sweatpants. So if you see somebody wearing gray or black sweatpants walking around in the mall one day, and you see little paint smudges right around where the bottom of the cuff meets their foot, it's probably me. So just shake your head. Don't make eye contact, because, you know, you don't want to make eye contact with mentally ill people. I'm kidding. Yeah, you know, I think in general it's okay, but there's still one thing that's bothering me a little bit. And I'm going to take some raw umber. And actually, I'm going to use a little bit of terps here. I don't really need to use oil because the area that I'm going over doesn't have oil on it yet. This is a bit smudgy right here, and I'd like to strengthen it a little bit. even be playing, you know. I might even be overdoing it. Dangerous territory. You don't want to overdo things. You don't want to kill your painting. You don't want to get rid of that initial intention. Actually, you shouldn't make eye contact with artists in general because they're just really weird. They'll probably draw you into a really strange conversation. Okay. Oh, forgive me. Sometimes I shouldn't say things out loud. Okay, you know, I think, we're closing in here. I don't really know that I want to. Yeah, you know, I'm in danger of saying, oh, that looks nice. Let's do a little more. Let's do a little more. No, let's not do a little more. I'm leaving a little bit of what I just laid in there on, but withdrawing most of it, absorbing most of it into that little piece of toilet paper. I think that's good. Let's do something that every painting should have once it's done to your satisfaction. And let's give it a signature. Boy, I think I got a little carried away there. With my mixing. Just grab my little signature brush. No linseed oil, just straight paint. Where will I go? Here? Yeah, I'll go here. Oops. Picking up a little bit of the underpaint there. It's a signature. I don't care if it's legible as far as reading is concerned. It's just a unique mark, is what it comes down to. Although each letter is represented. I got a comment from somebody asking if I sold my work. I don't sell my work personally, but I deal with two different Canadian galleries. Both are in the province of British Columbia. One is in White Rock and it's called the White Rock Gallery. And the second one is in Sydney on Vancouver Island called the Peninsula Gallery. The very large 36 by 72 inch painting that I just finished a few days ago, that is going to the Peninsula Gallery in Sydney. And this one, and actually the shed that I'm working on as well, these two will go to the White Rock Gallery. Okay, do I need... Well, it's really not a matter of do I need, it's really more a matter of is it beneficial. I'm going to pick up some of this cat orange medium, straight cat orange medium, with a clean brush and a touch of titanium white. Does it benefit anything? to lay in a few strokes of that. Yes, it does. It gives the painting a bit more variety, in my opinion. Have to be kind of careful where you lay these dots. You don't want to. You want them to appear random, but at the same time not. If it's too random, you end up with unintended symmetry. Invariably, that happens. I see it happen all the time. You have to be kind of intentional about it. No, that's just a bit. That's just a bit. Here, what if we add a little more white to this one? Yeah. Okay. Almost there. Almost there. I better stop. I better stop or I'm going to end up with a very tight, overworked bit of, well, it's going to look like a doily. How about that? It's going to look like needlepoint. Which is fine if it's needlepoint, but it's not. Okay. Let's back up a little bit now. Okay, there it is. Finished painting. The few little touches that I added, I'm very happy with them. Now I'm tickled. Let me back up a little bit now. May as well show you this while it's sitting here anyway. It's not done. As you can see, the foreground is sort of en route to being finished. I decided to go with more mauves down here. It still needs, you know what it needs down here? It needs what I just gave the painting behind it. So it needs that here, a little bit more organization, and then we play in the middle. But I decided to take a break from it and work on this. Okay. Hope you're having a good weekend. And remember the real reason for Easter. See you soon.